The Gadget Inspector.
Alright, what's up you guys? Back at you once again. So if you've seen any of my other videos on the big boy F10, you know I've been kind of comparing it to the Tarantula X6. So I thought, why not do a video comparison and see how they fly and just kind of compare their flight characteristics. So that's what we're going to do today. So as you can see, we've got the Tarantula X6 and the Contixo F10. Alright, and just a size comparison here. They are pretty much equivalent in size. The only difference is the F10 is a little bit wider here. And might be a little bit heavier. Now I did take off the prop guards, but I left the landing gear on, partly because I didn't feel like unscrewing them, but I don't think they're that much, add that much weight. The core of this thing is going to be heavier than the Tarantula anyway, so, and I think that might cause this to do much better in the wind than the Tarantula. That's one thing about the Tarantula, is it does have a tendency to get kind of caught by the wind. But we're going to check it out today. I'm going to start with the Tarantula. So, interestingly enough, they both take the same size battery. So I'm going to get the Tarantula powered up and into the air. Now I don't have a flat surface here to take off from, so I am going to need to hand launch, I think, because my landing gear for my Tarantula broke. They were really brittle. So I think that's what we'll go ahead and do today. All right, let's get it bound up. Actually, I have concrete over here. Let's go to the walkway. Get this baby bound up. All right, baby, I'm excited. I haven't flown Tarantula in quite a while. Let's see. Okay, I know how to change my rates. Let's take it up. Woo! I forgot how much power this little baby has, and it's light. It's lightweight, especially compared to the big boy. All right, I got to take it up to high rate right away. Look at that pitch. Okay, right away, I'm thinking that the Tarantula has a much greater pitch angle than the Contixo. So what that translates into for me essentially is more speed and more agility and sportsability. So let's do a quick punch while we got full battery. That sucker punches pretty quick, and we're just gonna fly it a little bit. If you don't have one of these yet, and you call yourself a quadcopter enthusiast, man, you need to grab one. Now it's been out for a while, so if you're getting the Bugs 3, then you don't really need one of these. But this was kind of like the Bugs 3 before there was the Bugs 3, before there was an inexpensive quadcopter toy grade with brushless motors. Okay. So this sucker right here, man, you see how the wind is carrying it. Look at that pitch angle. Really good range. That's against the wind. Now let's come back with the wind. Sucker's moving, man. Okay, I got a little bit of a drop out there. Let's bring it on back closer. Yeah, baby. This thing is a lot of fun. It really is. And this is exactly what you need for the Tarantula, a big open space. Same thing with the F10. To really kick it up and see what this bad boy can do. Let me see if I can do some manual flips. Nope. I haven't gotten really good with that yet. But it is possible. That's your funnel. And let me bring it back closer. Okay, I think we're getting low on battery because I'm not able to flip. Fighting the wind. Okay, listen how it sounds. Let's compare how they sound. That's how the Tarantula sounds. Okay, yeah, lights are blinking, so it'll pretty much drop out of the sky once it's done. Once the battery gets to a certain low level. Yep, there it goes. Okay, so that's the Tarantula. Now, if we're using fun factor as a measurement, I don't know. The F10 has its work cut out. Because I'm going to tell you right now, that was fun, player. That was fun. Okay? All right, now, we're going to put the Tarantula to the side. Now we're going to gear up the F10. And like I said, I'm expecting the F10 to handle much better in the wind, maybe not as fast or agile, because it is bigger and heavier, but I expect it to fight that wind much, much better. So we'll see. And as you can see, again, I think I mentioned before that I did take off the prop guards. So we'll see how that changes performance. I have not flown this without the prop guards yet. By the way, it's close to 60 degrees here today. So yeah, we're out here, man. We're out here flying, even if it is for, 15, 20 minutes, we're out here. Let's bind him up. And I'm gonna take him up in low rate, just like I did the Tarantula. And yes, I immediately feel the weight. This one is much heavier, much heavier. I can feel that weight. And it's not as responsive as the Tarantula. Not as responsive. Okay, we're gonna go right up to the high rate. And yeah. It's like flying, okay, a Mustang. No, that's not a good comparison. Just think of a big muscle car. I can't think of one right now compared to like a small sports car. The Tarantula performs like the small sports car. The F10 performs like the big muscle car. Okay, the pitch angle isn't as great, isn't as deep, but it's good. All right, let's do the punch. This is high rate as well, so let's go ahead and do that punch. Not as fast, but you can feel the power nonetheless. And the thing about this one, it's gonna pick up momentum. That's against the wind. So as I suspected, it fights the wind much better than the Tarantula. And I think in terms of speed, they're pretty much equivalent. This sucker's moving now. Okay. You know what I'm noticing with the F10? It goes into its LVC warning pretty fast. I want to say it's premature. It goes into premature LVC. Okay, that's a thing now. Premature LVC, because you can see the lights flashing there, and I've only been flying for a couple of minutes, so and it's not that cold. I don't know if that's the cause of it. I don't know if it's the battery, but every time I've flown it now, which has only been in the winter, that's happened. So I was thinking maybe it was the good range. I was thinking maybe it was the cold, but I'm not so sure now. I don't know. I the way this one flies too. It's kind of hard to decide which one I like the best. Now that's full pitch. Ooh. That sucker was going to drive it to the ground, man. Check him out. Let's see if I can do a close-up speed pass here. This thing is so big and it has so much momentum when it gets going. I don't know. I can't decide which one I like best. I like them both. This is the first time I've really opened this one up. And see, it's not as agile. You're gonna need a good little ways for it to finish its turn radius. I think I'm getting low now. All right. Looks like the gyro's gotten a little wonky from all that hard pitch flying. Looks like it might have straightened itself out now. Give it a little trim. I like this sucker, man. I really do. I didn't know I would like this quadcopter as much as I do, but it is, truth be told, it is a little bit overpriced out there on Amazon. It is. You can get so much more for your money, but if you're looking for a fun, big quadcopter that you can get in 2 days, you don't feel like waiting for it to ship from China, this isn't a bad one to get. I'm not sure what they're going for now out there on Amazon. Now, you can get a Tarantula for, I think, 50 bucks. In that price range. You see how long it flies after the LVC? So something's, I don't know, maybe something's wrong with the programming. I'm not sure, but I've got plenty of power left. And I think we've been flying for a good 5 minutes after that initial LVC warning. But yeah, you can get the Tarantula for much cheaper. It's a very similar quadcopter, and there's not very much difference to really warrant having to get this one, per se. Now, the F10 does have altitude hold, but I don't really use altitude hold. The great thing about this, though, is the altitude hold, you can turn it on and off. A lot of times with the altitude hold quads, when the altitude hold is engaged, you're not going to get very much pitch. So you won't be able to get the speed out of it that you normally would. Great thing about this is you can disengage the altitude hold because it's also intended to be a camera bird. So when you want to strap a run cam on it, like I did in my last video, you can do that, and you can engage altitude hold just like that and fly it around like this. That's the one thing it has over the Tarantula. But again, you don't really get the Tarantula for altitude hold. You get the Tarantula for performance in a big old quadcopter, okay? So, yeah, I definitely feel the weight because you're going to need to give it a lot more throttle to get it up in the air than you would the Tarantula. Which, it's just a different feel of flying, but it's fun to fly it. Look at that sucker move, man. Come on, baby. Whoa, I'm gonna smack myself in the head. It's going pretty long without ending. So the actual flight time is much longer than that initial LVC would kind of make you think. Okay, let me give it some altitude. Okay, I'm landing. And the other good thing about the F10 is it's going to gradually land rather than just cut the motors and drop like Tarantula does. Oh man, I don't know how to decide, man. Okay, let's just say this. These are two similar quadcopters. They are both awesome. I mentioned some of the differences. I like having both. I like having both. You get the same kind of, I don't know, exhilaration from flying both of them because they're so big. You know you have to control your throttle. You know these suckers get moving pretty good. With the Tarantula, it's more agile, more sporty. The F10, it's a little heavier, so you have to keep that in mind. But when it gets going and it gets up momentum, this baby cooks too. To do a quick comparison, hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And I will have much more coming back at you real soon. All right, God bless y'all.